Hi Kemper.
Hi, Viking.
Hey everybody, welcome. It's the coach with you here today for another edition of Madden Ultimate Team. Taking you the rest of the way, here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Brandon.
This challenge begins in the second quarter with 3 minutes to go. Still no points on the board. It's 0-0. You have the ball inside your own 10, and it's 1st and 10. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. 95 yards. Well done. You've defeated this ultimate challenge. Now, if there's 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Vic back around his own goal line. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great play there. 95 yards. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Nice job there getting the win. Next up, another challenge, of course. And now the offense getting set, 1st and 95 yards as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And just like that, another ultimate challenge has been defeated. Savor the victory, if only for a moment, because you know there's always...
Hey.
with Charles Davis. As always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And we are underway here in England. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. They'll start this drive out on the ground. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Okay, line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's got the big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. 58 yards. And the Chiefs are on the board first here this afternoon.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. James has got it, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Allen. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Now Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
So they're going for it, and here's Allen. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and it'll be a turnover on downs. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. It's a play fake. Now Vick. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through the completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Now Vick on 4th down. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chiefs' first down as this defense cannot come up with a play that they need. In fact, they surrender a big chunk. 17 yards there on 4th down. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter. And it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. On play action, Vick. And he'll get it right back to Washington. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Given back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Give all that credit defensively to Khalil Mack. A great stop in the backfield.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Play action now, Vick. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. It's the 2014 NFL interception leader, Glover Quinn. And the Dolphins are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it there on 4th down, but you're in the red zone, had 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on 4th down, as you said, in the red zone. Definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Gardner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
From the 4 now, 3rd and goal. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the second time in the ball game.
And, Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition.
New notification. All audio and your microphone are unmuted.
Yo, quit. Quit.
Spot. But he's proving to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. The struggles continue here offensively. Still nothing for him on the scoreboard, and now an interception.
Yeah, the offense looks extremely sluggish, not really in sync at all. Dare I say, it looks like it got left behind in customs.
Oh, you've had that in your back pocket. You were waiting for that.
Probably should have left it in my back pocket, too.
Well played. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And the play clock about to expire. Andy Reid notices it and takes a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Let's go. Tempo. Ready.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Complete to Washington. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Charles Haley from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. After the sack on 1st down, Vick, throw left side, taken in by Washington. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. This will be the final play of the half. Vick to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the end of the game.
Hey bro, I know you're not dumb, and I know you're not gonna win, so just quit.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. James. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Now on 2nd and 13. Allen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defensive credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Allen now looks to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So coming up empty here to start the 3rd quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 90 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
19 Tiger.
Vic goes play action. Throw left side complete. That's Washington. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Off the play fake, Vic. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson. After the sack on first down, Vic. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Washington. Now he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. So now first and 10 as they crossed into Miami territory at the 32-yard line. Vic. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable two-score lead here in the third quarter, and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that, because now the nerves start to come into play.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's second and 20. Allen.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And this offense on third down today, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be third and a mile. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Going up top.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the third time. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. Well, I guess an interception at this point on fourth down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Throwing, Vic. Throw left side complete. That's Washington. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
They brought in a heavy set on third down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a first down.
A first down throw coming for Vic. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Washington. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Vic to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Washington. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. There's no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you get your best people in the area.
Touchdown! A 14-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. They'll try and start this drive in the air. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now back to throw. And it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's going to be brought down inside the 5 at the 3.
When you're on the road, the last thing you want to do is make a mistake that brings the crowd into it. Now you're not just battling your opponent, you're battling yourself as well.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Vick back around his own goal line. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses that might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Throwing on 1st down is Murray. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
That sun's going to be a factor all game long. I'm not sure it made a difference on that one, but it's something to think about on all deep throws during this time of year.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Murray. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. The first carry for the legend, it's Bo Jackson. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to it.
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is caught, and the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a 1st down.
Always enjoy a good fake, but I really enjoy it when he throws the football from punt formation. Now, you were a kicker and a punter in high school. Did you ever do that?
One time, threw to my man Tim Jones on a botched field goal attempt. Hit him right in the numbers, and Jonesy just dropped it.
Oh, the poor guy. Well, we had a fake punt here, and this guy caught it, so
he rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Chiefs will take over possession here up at the 44.
Brandon, I'm not going to tell him that you called him old in our pregame meeting, but this guy has been around a long time. If there's a trick in the book, he knows it. He probably even wrote a few chapters, and this is what he's always had, and that's a nose for the football. He's able to come away here with the interception.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
So here's Vick following the interception. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Teddy Bruschi. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
To try again after the sack. Vick. Got an open man. It's Washington.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now here's Vick. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on
So the grind continues.
They've got no chance to win this game.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and
Third line.
went backwards. It's third and very long. To throw, Vick. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Washington.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
But don't tell any defensive coordinator I play for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the fourth down.
Thanks, Cujo.
Full audio and microphone are unmuted.
That's what they want to do.
Fourth down, Vick. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Good starting field position for him as they come up first and 10 at their 38. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Second and 9. Throwing now is Murray. Looking to get it to Ward. Intercepted.
And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
And the Ravens are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Another try after the first down sack. Murray. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
A first down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up second and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
On third down, Vick.
Quickly into the hands of Mims. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it? Because those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The Florida Atlantic man, Greg Joseph, ready to get this one started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Ready?
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out, how vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Here we go, set.
Now Vic on 4th down. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chiefs first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. They'll get 23 yards there. And it'll give the Chiefs a first down.
Here we go, here we go.
It's a play fake. Now Vic. And he'll get it right back to Washington. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal.
On play action, Vic. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. From 8 yards out.
And the Chiefs put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Checks this one down to Robinson.
And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that would bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. A up the middle. Johnson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That second down play nets a -4.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have. And
W pull.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
Yes, sir, Coach.
And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Play action now. Vick. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. He'll try again. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They're going to look to throw. It's caught. Smith. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. They'll look to throw here. And the Chiefs are going to get him.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they felt like they could take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
And the pressure gets to him again. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop him with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about...
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon getting set for quarter number 3 here. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. As they begin their second half here, Charles, offensively, not where they want to be, obviously. They're losing in this ball game, but very much within striking distance. We'll see what adjustments they make in the second half.
Is that the old glass half full, half empty type of a deal? Which way do you want to look at it? Because you're right, they're down on the scoreboard, but they're definitely opportunities now. Because if they want to go ahead and get going in this one, get back to the running game. I think there are going to be some places to go with it, and I think the offensive line will appreciate the chance to fire out and hit people.
That's a good point because they virtually had nothing going in the ground game in that first half.
A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown of this game, partner. That quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that third down snap.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's got his man. It's White. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. So not only do they convert on fourth, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
On first and 10, it's Robinson.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
After the loss, they'll come up second and 13. Looking to throw. Got a man. It's Harold Carmichael. So the completion good for just 3. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. They'll look to throw. He's got White here.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to the ground with Robinson.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Completes it to Carmichael out on the right side. But he will not get away. He stops short of the marker. The decision to go for it doesn't pan out. And the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Good work after the catch. Going to net them 23 and a 1st. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
Vic goes play action. Throw left side, taken in by Washington. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Off the play fake, Vic. Throwing left sideline complete. It's Washington. But he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. That puts him in excellent position. 1st and goal after a gain of 19. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Chiefs have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes the score 21-0.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Second and long. Under pressure, they got him again. Aiden Hutchinson make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
The offense on third down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be third and forever. Looking here for Smith downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. It's caught, this is White. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. They go for it on fourth down, but come up empty. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter? It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with third and just a yard.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Yeah, the Chiefs are going to have first and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
Ready, ready.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Chiefs have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it is 28-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Now a throw here to his running back. It'll go down as a gain of 6. 3rd and 7 now. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also...
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. That's complete to White. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. And he can't escape, and down he goes. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
But they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Evan McPherson has this one teed up, and here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. Taking it about the 1. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
19 Lions. 18, 5 here. On the ball, now. Go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now a man open down the middle of the field. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throw left side complete. That's Washington. Touchdown. A big play there. 63 yards. And the NFC has taken the early lead. Extra point right down the middle.
New notifications. All audio and your microphone are unmuted.
The kickoff unit is out of the field, and they will send this one away. And that carry ends on the touchback. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Give him 40 yards there, second and 6.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking. That carry went upon that big tackle through the middle. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had his eyes on that one being big.
Back to the ground. And he is in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that was officially a loss of run.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Looking left side, he's got a man. That's Washington. And he will be on the Chiefs' first down as they're able to get the conversion. 3 tight ends in the game here on 1st and 10. And no run that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things are pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard here, 2nd and 9. And they'll get a shot here on the ground. They'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Sometimes the closers get challenged, sometimes you don't know until they did this running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outside of the drive. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon. And the return starts just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Ready to begin their next drive here in the NFC offense. They'll start here with Jackson. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Second and 4. And the chase again. Flying in for that sack. Hutchinson. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Harmon. And they're going to get this down about the 37.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive, and comes right back, and he's playing it around really well here.
Really nice from there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel laser focus and confidence about it. I think we saw that this week when we talked to him and the coaches. They felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw. They went to a 2-minute drill, and they went to all the different situations.
Yards on that last carry. Here, 2nd and 7. They'll set up the hit as he throws there incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the late game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last run, as well as they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Over the
You suck.
And go right back and score again. You gotta like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, two-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. You had a perfect omelet, dropped it. So a little bit of a turnover. You went right back, though, and got that omelet and crushed it.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man. You gotta do what you gotta do.
A little worried about your hands, though.
Yeah.
Let's go now.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup. First down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0.
Ready? Flag. Bronco switch. Chop alert.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Make that now 3 straight 2-yard gains.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, they can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
4th down, Vic. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chiefs first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Play action now, Vic. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. On play action, Vic.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland.
And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On play action, they'll throw. He'll air this out deep for Harmon. And that's caught inside the 35. Now the NFC going to call the first